Jay, the perfect guy I friend-zoned. Oops. Let me tell you about Jay. Sweet, wonderful, walks your grandma across the street, Jay. Jay with the good hair and the kind soul. Jay who drinks his coffee black but still somehow has soft skin and a soft heart. Jay was, and I say this with full dramatic flair, the man every dating podcast claims doesn't exist. You know the type, emotionally available, holds eye contact without blinking like a serial killer, texts back promptly, and actually listens. Like, listens. You say your dog had a weird cough last Thursday, and 2 days later he texts, "How's Baxter doing?" First of all, sir, how dare you? He's the kind of guy that makes your mom suspicious. Not of him, of you. Sweetheart, are you sure you're not dating him? No, Mom, I'm not. Because I, in all my infinite wisdom, chose to friend zone the human equivalent of a weighted blanket dipped in kindness and dipped again in cinnamon roll scented masculinity. Let's rewind a bit. I met Jay during a time when my life felt like a chaotic smoothie of emotional unavailability, career anxiety, and binge-watching therapy TikToks at 2 a.m. He, on the other hand, was the human version of you good energy, calm, stable, present. He showed up to things on time, asked deep questions like, "How are you really?" and, brace yourselves, made reservations instead of saying, "We'll figure it out." And I said, "Aw, Jay, you're such a good friend." Insert the sound of the universe facepalming. To be fair, the signs were there. He gave boyfriend energy 24/7, but never made a move. I was fresh out of a situationship with the man who thought communication meant reacting to my Instagram story 6 hours later. I was emotionally constipated and spiritually allergic to consistency. In short, Jay was great. I was a walking red flag with lip gloss. But here's the kicker. I knew he was perfect. I even said things like, "If I were in the right place, you'd be the one." What does that even mean? That's not a compliment. That's a slow-burning grenade disguised as self-awareness. And yet, Jay never wavered. He stayed supportive, never pushy, never passive-aggressive. He kept showing up, like the human version of a reliable Wi-Fi signal. He'd give me pep talks when I was spiraling, pick up on my mood just from a text with a missing emoji, and always offered the last slice of pizza like he was auditioning for sainthood. At one point, I genuinely thought, maybe I should marry Jay. Followed immediately by, but then who will I text to complain about the guy I'm currently dating? See? Trash. I was trash. So what happened? Time happened. Growth happened. Life happened. And eventually, someone else realized what I always knew. Jay is the catch, not a catch. Capital T, V. He's dating now. A very sweet girl who, from what I've seen on Instagram, also seems to own plants that aren't dead and probably drinks water voluntarily. They look happy. And I'm happy for them. I really am. Even if I did zoom in on the background of one of their pictures to check if he still uses the mug I gave him. He does. Small victories. So why am I writing this? Partly because humor is my coping mechanism, but mostly to say this. Friend-zoning someone isn't a crime, but ignoring your fear and calling it intuition, that's emotional fraud. Sometimes we push people away, not because they're wrong for us, but because they feel too right at the wrong time. I wasn't ready for someone like Jay, but I'm glad he exists. I'm glad he reminded me of what's possible. And I'm glad I didn't ruin his life, just mildly bruised his ego, which I'm sure has recovered nicely. So, cheers to Jay, the perfect guy I friend-zoned. May your playlist always slap, your beard stay immaculate, and your girlfriend never, ever call you like a brother.